Hey folks, I am here today in Stonecrest in Hendersonville, Tennessee, and we're going to be taking a walkthrough of Southeastern's brand new model home here, the Hartley. Now, the Hartley is a 3-bed, 3-bath townhome, and it comes in at 1,853 square feet. It is 2 stories and features a 2-car garage as well. Now, if you watch this channel, you will know that the other week I did a walkthrough of the Pomeroy floor plan, which is actually just right across the street from where I'm at. We're going to talk a little bit about some of the differences between these two floor plans. But on that note, my name is Darren A. Wilson. I am a realtor here in the greater Nashville, Tennessee area. Let's go ahead and take a walkthrough of Southeastern's brand new model home here in Stonecrest in Hendersonville, the Hartley. Okay, here we are outside of the model home, and if you take a close look here, you'll see there are a couple different elevations for all of these Hartleys. This is a full line of Hartleys right here. That is how they do it here at Stonecrest, and across the street there's a full line of Pomeroys, so there's no sort of flipping back and forth between different floor plans. You'll notice that price right there, $439,900. Now technically this home is actually not on the market because this is the model home, but the way I got that price was actually, it's not a base price. It's actually the price of the home that's on the other end. Okay, so the other end unit on the same line of townhomes right here is on the market for $339,900. Now the units that are in the middle, okay, because you have a little less privacy with neighbors on both sides, are on the market for $434,900. Okay, so it's like a $5,000 difference between an end unit and one of those middle units. Now, in addition to having that extra privacy, you're also going to have a bit more of a yard. Okay, now on this one in particular, this is a corner lot, but again, this is the model home. But in general, you're going to have more of a yard surrounding your unit, and that is going to be commonly administered by the HOA. Okay, so they will be taking care of the grounds on all the townhomes as well as the exterior maintenance of the home, including the roof. That being said, you're going to have an HOA fee every month, and it's going to be $235, and there's also a $1,000 association transfer fee. Okay, so that's sort of what comes along with these units. You have a lot taken care of for you, but you're also going to be paying for it every month. Now, one of the differences that you're going to find between the end units and the middle units as well is that in the garage, and this is also the case across the street at the Pomeroy, is that in these Hartleys on the end units, you do have additional windows in the garage on the side of the home. So we'll see those in a minute here when we do take a look at the garages, but you're not going to have that extra light coming in with one of those middle units. Okay, so you're going to be dealing a little bit more with whatever's going to come through that garage door itself. Now here we are obviously in the kitchen. You do have an open floor plan on this first floor, as you can see, and this is all GE appliances. You will find that across all of the homes here at Stonecrest by Southeastern. Now, when we start comparing some of the differences between the Pomeroy and the Hartley, they are going to be quite different, just because the Pomeroy being a 1-story floor plan and the Hartley being a 2-story floor plan, the downstairs obviously is going to look quite different because you're not trying to sort of squeeze as much in that space. Now, one of those differences between the Hartley and the Pomeroy is that in the kitchen area, actually the Pomeroy features a butler's pantry with a sort of like walk-in pantry there as well, right off the side of the kitchen. Now, you don't have that here at the Hartley, and you actually don't have that in any of the other floor plans as well. Now, you will find that the Pomeroy has about a little over 200 less square feet than this Hartley that we're looking at today. But as I mentioned earlier, there's also another floor plan that is being built at Stonecrest at the moment, which is the Martin. Okay, now that is going to be a little bit more similar to the Hartley in that it is a 3-bed, 2.5 bath. It is going to have a slightly higher square footage at 2134. Okay, those aren't going to be ready though for another couple of months. And then they also will have another one, which is also comparable, called the Easley, which is also 2 stories. It's 3 beds, 2.5 baths, and that's going to come in at 1992 square feet. Okay, so here we are in the 2-car garage, and as I mentioned before, you'll see on that far wall over there, that is the side of the home, and you have 2 windows over there. If you get one of those middle units, you are not going to have windows like that because you're going to have a home on the other side of you. But That is one of the advantages to having one of these end units, is having more light in your garage. Otherwise, you will be regulated to the light that comes through the front of the garage. As you can see, you also do have your fuse box out there as well as your water heater. One thing I want to point out, this little desk that you have right here, that would normally be where your sort of living room area is, with a dining table and whatnot. But this being the model home, that is sort of the office area for the sales consultants here. You do have a back porch here, very similar to what you have with the Pomeroy. Nice little covered area back here, which is, you want a covered area to hang out with in the Tennessee sun. If you're not from here, it can get hot in the summer. You want to have a little shade for when that sun is out in full effect. It's winter time here. There's a lot of construction going on back here. Those are going to be homes. Those are going to be townhomes. If you're not familiar with Stonecrest, Stonecrest is a neighborhood that's been around since like the early to middle aughts, and it's all built by Southeastern, okay? But there's a whole single family home section that was built during that time, up until this new section that we have, which is just going to be townhomes. And there is a different HOA that governs each one of these, okay? So it's sort of, you see a map of it. Let's go ahead and take a look at the map real quick. I'm just going to pop us in here so you can see what it looks like. Now this right here is the single family home section, but this is the new construction townhome area right here. Now, speaking of location, this is right across the street from the Millstone neighborhood, which I cover on this channel as well. This is zoned for Station Camp Schools, which is a very sought after school system here in the Nashville area. Though those schools are technically located in Gallatin, basically just like right over the border from Hendersonville. If you don't know, we do often structure our school systems here by county as opposed to by town. It is sometimes different, but that's usually how it is. So here we are in the primary bedroom here, still on the first floor, connected to the primary bath, and you do have a nice amount of sunlight that comes in to this room here with this window, which is really nice. Townhomes, you know, one of the things that can sometimes suffer is sunlight, because obviously, as we've talked about, you know, you don't necessarily always have those windows on the sides of the home. A little bit of an exception here in the garage, but you know, the rest of the house, you know, including the bedrooms, do not have other windows, additional windows on the sides, even on the end unit here. So it's important that you're able to get those windows getting a lot of sunlight in there. And you also want to be conscious of, is this eastward facing? Is this westward facing? What direction is this home going to be? Am I actually going to be getting sunlight into the home when I wake up in the morning, or is it going to be pitch black? You know, eastward facing homes are also considered to be more energy efficient when it comes to cooling the house down during those summer months as well. So just something to keep in mind when you're looking really at any home, as far as which direction that home is going to face. And especially with a townhome, if you're only going to have windows on the front and the back of the home, how much sunlight is actually going to be getting into the home from the position that the home is located. So this walk-in closet here is obviously very well utilized as far as the space. You do have plenty of drawers and shelf space, as well as hanger space as well, because when you got a lot of stuff, you need somewhere to put it, and this is organized in such a way that is super helpful. Now, one thing, last little thing about this bathroom, there's no separate water closet here. You do have that linen closet there, but the water closet is not separate, so you're only going to have one person using this bathroom at a time. One quick thing before we head upstairs that I wanted to let you know about all of the townhomes built here at Stonecrest so far is that these are all completely electric powered when it comes to the HVAC systems, as well as the electric ranges and stoves and whatnot. However, after they sort of get off this road, they are going to have gas power available for, like I said, gas top ranges, HVAC units, etc. However, right now, everything they've got so far, you're going to have an electric range, you're going to have a totally electric HVAC and all that type of stuff, but that will be different going forward. Now here we are upstairs, checking out this common area, this loft area, nice and spacious. You do have the other two bedrooms up here, as well as the bath, which you'll see in just a second. But as we are sort of taking a look at this nice loft area here, there are 3 different sections right off this area that have a nice amount of storage space, okay? Which is really not something that you have a lot of in general in a townhome. It's irregular to have the amount of storage space that this townhome has in it. So the first one obviously is you have that little drawstring there for the attic area. You will have your HVAC unit up there as well. And then you do have that closet back there in the back, just sort of a standard closet that you would have in a common area. Keep your board games back there, or your exercise equipment, or whatever makes sense to keep back there. But most impressively, this room that we have off to the side here kind of looks like it might just be a bedroom, but it's not a bedroom. It is actually a full-fledged storage space where this is not considered like a livable area of the home because it's not going to have the HVAC hooked up to it over here. You do have a fire alarm in there, but this is perfect if you've got a lot of holiday decorations and whatnot, or just that stuff that accumulates, family heirlooms and whatnot that people keep over the years. We all have it. That's a great spot for that. Now here we have obviously the upstairs full bath that services the 2 secondary bedrooms that you have up here as well. Obviously it looks very pretty. They've done a really nice job staging this entire home. Now if you are interested in a home like this at Stonecrest or new construction in general, I do always recommend that you have your own representation in front of the builders. As great and as much as we love our partners, the sales consultants at all of the different builders here, we got to keep in mind that it's their job to represent their clients, right? Which is the builder. And you need somebody there who's looking out for you, especially if you're doing this remote, especially if you're doing this across country, you're having a home built and you're living somewhere else. You need somebody that's going to be able to go and check up on the property, make sure there aren't any issues, make sure things are looking the way they should as the building process is moving along. If you are interested in that, I will put my contact information at the end of this video as well as down below in the description. I always do recommend having representation, even if it's not me. Find somebody who has been through the new home construction process before you get into it yourself. Also, if you are doing something like this remote, it's always a good idea to visit the area for yourself if you can and sort of drive around, get an idea of what the area feels like. Make sure that you have an idea of what life is going to look like before you actually get there. Buying things sight unseen can be dangerous. And if you are going to go that route, let's say just your circumstances are such that that's what you need to do, that's another instance in which it's great to have somebody who is on the ground who can sort of film the area for you and send that back home so that you can get an idea of exactly what you're getting into. And who better to do that than somebody who actually lives in the area, knows it, and knows the builders and knows their agents who work for them as well. So on that note, if you are interested in that and you need any sort of help with a move, with a new construction process, or even if you're just looking to purchase a resale, my name is Darren A. Wilson. I'm a realtor here in the greater Nashville, Tennessee area. I would love to be able to help you out on your journey. If you have any interest in finding the best deals that are on the market here in the Nashville area, I have a Deal of the Week newsletter which you can subscribe to. It's the top link down below in the description. If you'd like to see more videos like this one, you can subscribe to the channel. I do a lot of home tours as well as neighborhood tours as well. You can check that out here. And if you want to watch another video, you can check out the home that I toured that's actually, you're looking at it right now. It's right across the street right there. It's the Pomeroy floor plan by Southeastern Builders right here at Stonecrest. Check that out, and I'll see you guys next time. Thank you. Bye now.